react like that. Like the weekend with a full range of motion. So I'm going to hat the body, hat the body. Drive up and 5 kg. Right gang, so I've seen a lot of people doing single arm, kind of these pull down row type thing, and I thought I would go into the best way to set it up and what we're looking to actually achieve when doing this, because I see a lot of people getting it wrong or doing it for the wrong reasons. In the sense of when we're trying to do this type of movement, we're pretty much trying to isolate our lat. We're trying to just get our lat to be the main mover, the main muscle working when doing this. So when you do set it up, you kind of want to be in a position where your arm kind of is what we call like flexed to 120 degrees. So around there or just underneath there is where your lat's going to work the best. To be honest with you, wherever it's set up, doesn't necessarily matter crazy amounts, but that's what we're aiming for optimally. Now, on the optimal discussion, people will take this over some kind of bent over row or pull up or lat pull down. And I think it works great in conjunction with those types of movements. So doing this to kind of help you get to a point where you can connect your lat more if you struggle to connect your lats or grow your lats, and this is obviously a great movement and a great option. As you start to set yourself up, so the best way I like to do it is this. I don't like completely vertical, so I don't really want the seat that vertical. I kind of want to be in a position where if you can have a bench where you've got something to put your foot against. As I set myself up, so if I'm going to use the left hand side of my body, so I'm my left arm to do this, I like to keep the right hand side of my body almost still. So what I don't want to see is rotation. So I don't want to see this pulling your whole body around. I want you to be sat in and directly nice and tight on the right hand side of my body, even the left hand side of my body, because when we reach forward and we allow this to kind of take our body forward or take our arm forward, it's not rotation. We keep this body locked in tight. So our core's tight, almost like a little bit of a crunch kind of just to keep tight. So rather than letting your ribs I wouldn't want your ribs to flare up too much or I don't want you to be crunched over. I kind of almost want you to be in a little bit neutral. To allow your arm to go or your lat to go as full length, I would probably like you to allow your shoulder to reach forward. To keep your right hand of your body right hand side of your body where it is, allow your shoulder to reach forward. From here, when you're going to initiate the pull, I like to think break at the elbow first and think elbow down. So if we think elbow down to start with, I'm going to pull my shoulder and my shoulder blade back and down into my pocket. So we're going to go break at the elbow, shoulder blade back and down. As you come back, keep the elbow close to your body, as in not flared out to the side, but close to your body. And I almost like to think of keep my elbow pointed to the floor. So I'm here, break down, pulling in there. As it comes back, allow my shoulder to reach forward, pulling in here. We want to think about almost grabbing with the lower part of your lat. I know it sounds really weird, some of you won't even know what that is, but that's why I like to break and shoulders come here first. You don't necessarily have to see your body crunching to the side, because your lat will naturally do that. Your lat will naturally kind of initiate this side bend type thing going on. You don't have to crunch a lot into it, which I see a lot of people doing. Just think of this as your arm and your shoulders are the thing we got to move, not your whole body. So get that locked in place and then go for your sets. So I guess that's the other thing as well to mention when it comes to where your elbow comes. For a lot of people, their elbow will come quite far back behind them. Your lat doesn't really do much back here. So if you're only getting to here, it's probably about right, because then you'll probably keep it on your lat more, if that makes sense. Whereas if we're coming all the way around and we're kind of rotating around, your trap's going to start to take over, your kind of mid trap start to take over, your rhomboids start to take over, even your rear delt to a certain degree. So trying to keep it on your lat means that we don't have to do this, because what will happen is your shoulder ends up popping forward. We end up in this rotated position here, probably getting a lot more strain on your bicep. Whereas if we can just think about Break at the elbow, shoulder comes down, keeping it tight into us. That's probably the range we'll get to, so you don't have to come all the way back behind you.